AFM First, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We've got a good one on Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. You guys know the routine. You can text into the show or call in. Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Same numbers, the Honda Lincoln hotline. You can follow on the Starter Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Just hit me with a what up. That's all I want. Just hit me with a good morning, and we can have a conversation. I want to thank the folks from Beatrice Bakery for making sure this happens. We're going to send our guest out with some really cool goodies from Beatrice Bakery as well. Hopefully she will enjoy them. It is a pleasure to bring her in. The list behind her name is so long and varied, and we'll touch some of them in the course of the next segment here. But let's bring in from Husker Volleyball, Lexi Rodriguez. Young lady, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It was so cool. For the folks that made it down to Tanner's on Friday, and you guys came in, and you guys were exceptional to the folks that were there, taking pictures, signing autographs and such. And I wanted to thank you directly for it. But then I immediately went into mode because this fan base absolutely adores you. Like you own the town, you own Lincoln. This is pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
All right, pretty cool stuff. So I want them to get to know you and on a deeper level. And usually what I do with folks the first time they're here is to ask them how they got here. So behind every great athlete are parents that care, and parents that do everything and make sacrifices for you to get here and become the version of you that you are. Talk a little bit about your parents. Who are they and what do they do?
Okay, so my parents, I'm from Sterling, Illinois, so it's kind of a smaller town in Illinois. My dad's a UPS driver, and my mom just works at like our local YMCA. And like growing up, I loved volleyball. I had an older sister. She's just finishing up college, and we both loved volleyball, and there wasn't really any like local clubs. So my mom and dad took the chance at like our dreams and goals, and we would drive to near Chicago. It's like Naperville area.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a suburb about an hour and a half away from where we lived, about 4 days of the week, and then including weekends. So pretty much almost every single day they would find time in their schedules. If it meant they were running on 3 hours of sleep, they would do it. But they drove us up there all the time just so we could get some of the best training in the state. And it finally paid off. I mean, my sister got a scholarship to play college volleyball. I got a scholarship to play college volleyball. And none of it would have happened if they weren't willing to sacrifice literally all their time, energy, and money into making our dreams possible.
It's wonderful when your heroes are in your house.
Yeah.
Right? That it makes it easier for you.
Yes.
You've got an older sister down Clemson?
Yeah, she just finished her grad year at Clemson.
Right. And then parents who wealthy in love, right? That they were able to kind of pour that into you.
Yeah.
When did they identify that there was something unique and special about their daughters?
Well, I think with my sister, she was like 13 when they were like, she was super athletic. And I think she had chosen volleyball at that point. So I think that's when they realized. And then right as soon as they took her up, I was like, oh, can I go? Can I go? And they were like, no, like you have to wait till you're 13 too. But then I just kept begging to go up there, and then they ended up taking me when I was like 8. So
you started playing at 8 in full.
Yeah.
It makes my heart full to see the look on your face when you talk about your parents, right? That for them, and that you're aware and appreciative of the fact that they did what they did for you. Because some
Yeah.
people say, well, that's expected. No, it's pretty unique to have somebody that's willing to do that for you. When you talk to them now, do you talk about the journey, from age 8 to now?
I think, I mean, just how you said that, like how appreciative I am of them. I think that kind of came after I got here and realizing, like, whoa, they really did spend my whole entire childhood just trying to make my dream come true. And at the time, I mean, I was a teenage girl who was just like, why can't I do this and stuff like that? And I didn't really appreciate them the amount that I wish I would have. But now that I'm here and that, I mean, I made it to a national championship and all these amazing things are happening, I can't help but realize that it wouldn't have happened if it weren't for them.
Right. I mean, you have to learn how exceptional people around you are.
Yeah.
Because then I'll help you identify how exceptional you are. Right. You have another hero in the house and a sister who, in whatever way, knock some doors open for you.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
It
for
doesn't
sure.
happen without big sis.
Yeah.
Give us a description of your big sister.
I mean, the one word that I can really think of is like a protector. I mean, if anyone, I mean, there's always like comments online of like random people who like to talk trash, and
Yeah.
she'll see one random one and she'll text in our family group chat and be like, can I respond? Like, can I tell them like blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, no, sis, like just let it go. It's fine. But that's how she is. She always protects me. She's been my role model, my biggest supporter. Like she literally would have a college match, like her own game. And she'd be asking her coaches, is there any way I could get out of practice early to go watch my sister? And I mean, that's just who she is. She's very selfless, very caring. And I love her with my whole heart.
It's a part of, again, what people perceive about you, even from a distance. You go, okay, she has her head on right. She loves what she does, which tells us that there are people around her that have covered you in love. Like
Yeah.
they've absolutely made sure that no matter where you are, that thing exists. Within the so there's the family, and then we're all on the shoulders of coaches, right? Coaches who identify us as greater than even we imagine ourselves. Who are the coaches in your lives before you got to Nebraska who kind of elevated Lexi Rodriguez?
There's a lot, but so I played at a club called Sports Performance for a really long time, from like 8 to like 16. And the club owners were Rick and Cheryl Butler, and they pretty much taught me anything and everything that I know about the sport.
Yeah.
And along the way, they had many coaches like within their like program that coached me from all different ages. And I would just say that club in general taught me so much, and kind of like, even not just about volleyball, but they were very big on like teaching you about life and how to be responsible and everything like that. And I think that's helped me a lot, just like being on my own now, and even coming in like I was 17 when I first got here. And so coming into college that young, I think they're a huge reason of why I was able to stay on task and handle a big load of school, volleyball, schedules, all that.
We're talking to everything Lexi Rodriguez. All everything, whatever there is, she's all that. And I think that's pretty remarkable. You made a decision early that you were going to play at Nebraska.
Yes.
Why?
I get that question a lot.
Yeah, and it never gets easier
It
because
doesn't.
because some of the things you didn't recognize were part of your process.
Yeah. So I came to a Nebraska camp my summer going into freshman year. So I was 14. And if I'm being honest, like my family and I had a discussion before, and like at this time, it wasn't very common for liberos to get scholarships at all. And I was coming from a family who really didn't have the money to pay for 3, 4, however many years it was of school. And so got invited to a camp, and we were really just coming here to show them what I could do and see what they had to offer. If it was nothing, that was fine. If it was something cool, we would think about it. But like we had a discussion, I had a discussion with my parents that the odds of it happening probably weren't going to be very high, and that pretty much we were coming here just to get like my heart broken and to move on. That was the
like that's remarkable.
Yeah. So came here, loved it. Thought like my mom was in the hotel, like calling my dad, like she loves it here, like she's gonna be so upset, like all that, like anything you could think of that was gonna go wrong. Like we were like we were prepared for it. And then the last day of camp, Coach Cook ended up offering me, and a 14-year-old girl who dream was to play in the Big Ten. Nothing seemed better. And I mean, I don't think I really was old enough to make that decision, but I don't regret it. And I ended up committing like as I walked out the door. Like I didn't leave Bob Devaney before I committed. And then, I mean, so many people were like, what if you made the wrong decision? And every single time I'm like, I didn't. Like, I know this is a place for me. So
what was it about Nebraska that had you starry-eyed and wanting to be here?
I think it's just you walk into the gym and even the atmosphere of the team, the coaches, like everything, you can just tell that there's like something different here of how much they value like their foundation and like the culture that they built through years and years, and that everything's like the same. Like you hear Coach Cook saying the same like phrases over and over again about the teams that are here. And I think from the like moment I walked in, I could like feel that. And so that was a huge reason. And then the fan base obviously was amazing and made a difference too.
Before you got here, you got to do a thing that any athlete in this country aspires to do, which is wear the red, white, and blue. And then you took that opportunity and made the most of it. I mean, literally made the most of it. Winning a gold medal at juniors is still like, that's powerful,
Yeah.
especially in a space that had never been done before.
Yeah.
What can you say about that journey, about that tournament, about that medal? When you look at it, what do you think of?
I think it's just a huge representation of just like volleyball and like women's volleyball especially, and just like how much we're willing to like put in work to like represent our country and to make a difference. But I think what a lot of people don't see is that, I mean, we were in Egypt, like
right, like
we weren't being fed the greatest of food. Like we had to be driven with like armed guards with like huge guns. Like there's a lot that people don't see where it's just like we're willing to go to like extreme lengths to like win for our country and like just like make a difference. And so I think that was something that's kind of special too.
But I'd also imagine that the tryout process has to be surreal.
Oh yeah. That was hard. That's a different story.
Right? Like that, I mean, skin in the game, you had to battle to just get the right to try out, and then within the tryouts themselves. What was the most difficult thing about the tryouts for you?
For me, I think it was just like the tryout was like 10, 11 days long. And it's just like every day there's like, I think we had 3 sessions each day. So there's a lot of like,
There's a lot of volleyball.
And I think the hardest part for me was if I had like a bad session or even just like a bad day, was just kind of like letting that go and understanding that this is a long like process, and that they're not just going to look at one day and be like, this is the reason that you're not going to make the team.
Right.
And that was like hard for me because I would have like a bad session and then I'd call my mom and I'd be like, I'm not going to make it, Mom. Like, I don't know what to do.
Has your mom like just recorded all the times you called and said, this is not going to go well? And it absolutely went well. Like,
Probably. I bet she has a list somewhere.
Right? Like at some point, and you have humility, and it shines, and mad respect for it. But you are a stone cold killer on the court. Like this is rare air. 4 liberos ever All-American. 2 of them from the University of Nebraska. You're one of them.
Yeah.
Ever in the history of ever.
Yeah.
I guess that's pretty good.
That's got to be. I mean, you're humble, but you are a killer. What? How is there a switch that goes on?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Right, just to walk in this thing, for you to do a thing that's only been done 4 times ever, and then you look at the company, the list of names. Those are the elites of women's volleyball. Do you stay in present form, or do you ever step outside and look back and go, wow, Lexi, we're on a ride here. This is pretty amazing.
I would say both, but it's more like, whoa, like, did that really happen? Like, some of the stuff that happens, I'm just like it's almost hard to believe.
I'll tell you, from fans who love this sport and who know athletics, we watch you and we often do the very same thing. Like, what did that just happen? I posted during the NCAA tournament that, well, now, the earth is covered. 90% of the earth is covered by water, and the other 10% by Lexi Rodriguez. And that seems to be like a statement of truth. How you play the game is revolutionized the way that position is going to be played from this point forward.
Yeah.
Like, anybody that plays libero here has to measure up to Lexi's standard. You've got to be proud. That's fair.
Yes. I am very proud.
Okay. Like, I'm not putting you on the spot by asking you to say whether you're proud of what you've done and accomplished.
I think it's not even like it's proud of myself, but more for the fact that, like, I'm setting like an example for these like younger kids, and I'm kind of giving them hope. Like, for me, that's been like the biggest thing that's happened since like this past season, is just seeing how much hope and like confidence I give like other people.
Well, you're doing that for the young girls of Lincoln. You're doing that for the young girls of Nebraska. You're doing that for the young girls across the country. You're even doing it for young girls across the world who are watching you excel, not being the tallest, not being anything other than authentically you, is good enough to make you one of the greatest volleyball players in the country and then in the world. Like, look, I'm humbled by the fact that you're willing to come in and share yourself with these listeners. But I wouldn't expect any less, because that's what greatness is. So I do want to say that. I'm going to ask you to give your honest, unapologetic, unafraid scouting report on John Cook.
On John Cook?
Yes.
Like,
who is he as a man?
He's like this is so hard. There's so much. Like, he's like the person everyone on the team, like, you praise him, you love him, but you're also like, oh my gosh, like,
he's gonna get me for this.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna give me a break.
He's like a very stern, like, grandpa. Like, he's gonna like love you, and he's gonna
That's gonna be
That makes sense.
That's gonna be like, he's gonna go, thank you, Lexi, but Grandpa, really? Like he's really, like, you understand?
You couldn't have just said dad.
Well, it's just like he has like a caring side, and he cares so much about his players, but at the same time he has standards, and he's gonna hold you accountable, and like stuff like volleyball wise, but then there's also like him as a person, and he cares for his players so much on and off the court.
I'm going to ask you the same thing about a friend of ours, Jalen Reyes.
Jalen.
Who is Jalen?
He's a lot of energy, lots and lots of energy. Anyone who meets him probably loves him. I mean, he's caring. He's funny. He's a great coach. I mean, last year he taught me so much just in like a semester of like training than I probably have learned my whole life. And so he's awesome. The whole team loves him, loves to work with him. So
I'm going to ask you a question, again, asking for your honest reply. Do you have time for one more segment?
yeah.
Okay. We will throw the break here, and then we'll return. The All-American, Lexi Rodriguez, will join us here on One-on-One. We'll carry through for as long as she's willing to stay. We'll be right back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean. And there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Today on Hey Culligan, unnecessary contaminants. Here's the referee.
Hey Culligan, that's a flag on my water for flagrant foul taste.
Ooh, that's a tough one, ref, but the solution is a Culligan Smart RO drinking water system that reduces up to 58 contaminants, making your water safer and delicious.
Yeah, I guess I missed that call.
And with the Culligan Connect app, you always know when your filters need changing.
The water's up and it's good.
Good call, ref, and we're already on the way.
Try a Culligan water softener for just $9.95 per month. Go to CulliganLincoln.com.
Southeast Community College is training tomorrow's workforce today with our nearly 60 career and technical programs. We are doing our part to help employers fill vacancies during this current labor shortage, graduating students with skill sets employers are seeking. We're also helping to upskill the workforce by adding short-term credentials like certificates in many programs so that employees can get retraining quickly. Learn more about upskilling with SCC at southeast.edu/academics. SCC, your path to possible.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Have you ever wanted to build a catapult? Have you ever wanted to launch something other than water balloons with a water balloon launcher? Do you want to be a national champion? Then you need to get a team and sign up for the National Avocado Launching Championship May 21st in North Platte. That's right, the National Avocado Launching Championship is taking place right here in Nebraska. Launch avocados for fame and glory. Sign up at avocadolaunching.com. That is avocadolaunching.com. And remember, the top prize is $5,000.
Back to One-on-One with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, One-on-One. She's one of the best, seriously. Simple enough. Lexi Rodriguez, Huskers Volleyball. And so you can see what it looks like. See, it's actually there, slightly delayed. So even if you have a hiccup and you go on a rant, we have a dump button that protects you from from yourself. So if you slip up and get excited, we've all done it. So don't worry about that as well.
Whose is we?
See, this is this guy. This is this guy. This is the stuff that I put.
I've never had to dump myself.
Yeah, of course you haven't. From the text line, Lexi, thank you for coming on and giving us listeners a great insight into all your awesomeness. You have fans. I've been in several sports markets. Very rarely does somebody take over that market the way you have. This is a football town. This is a football town. Now it's a Lexi town. Like this is like you really could just change this. This is having gone to matches and then seeing you about the Haymarket. I'm just I don't know that I've seen anybody get the reaction that you do. And that's in amongst you're from a team of queens. Like there is not one person on the roster that's not a shining diamond. And it's remarkable to watch. So I'm going to ask you to go through. We'll talk about some of your teammates, and you can tell us secrets about them. You can tell us stories about them, or you can simply tell us the truth and tell us who they are. Let's start with who's your roommate?
Allie.
Okay, so Allie Bettenhorst. Who is Allie, and why is she so awesome?
Allie is awesome because she is the definition of just herself. Doesn't matter who's around. Like it could be coaches, it could be little kids. Like she's going to be she's a little weird, goofy, but she's going to be herself all the time. She's super outgoing. I don't know if you guys ever saw the like pictures of her on the court, like celebrating.
Yeah.
Like she has like crazy eyes. And that's just like kind of who she is. Like
you all do.
Yes.
It's great.
Here's the thing.
I love the pictures after something big happens because everybody the eyes get massive and somebody's yelling. And there's always at least one person that's just like, whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
Like,
you're
please.
You're a little too much.
The arms go flame. And it's like, whoa, don't hit me, please.
Okay, so what other sports did you play?
Me?
Yeah.
Basketball until like 8th grade, and then I did tennis my senior year in high school.
Which one were you better at?
Out of those two?
Yeah.
Basketball.
Hooper, huh? She could hoop?
A little bit. I mean, I was still small, but
no, but
she got game.
You see her face lit up when she had to think of, yeah, can I call myself a hooper? Yeah, I think so. Let's talk about the captains and the leadership of this team. Who are the folks whose personas drive this team to championship game levels?
Well, our captains last year were Lauren, Kenzie, and Nicklin. And then Kenzie and Nicklin are obviously like returners. And I think they both are very different in their leadership styles, but they both give like this passion and like, we're going to win this point. We're going to win this game. And so I think that drives like the whole team.
Are they sane? Are Nicklin and Kenzie sane?
To an extent, yeah.
It's a perfect question.
I've spent so much time with them that I know that a part of what makes them elite is that there is a savagery to how they approach the game. You're a savage in that nothing, and it seems like you play as though nothing is allowed to beat you.
Yeah.
Right? And so some people saw it, well, there's a level of insanity to that. when you play and a play is made that is difficult but not impossible, and you make the play, how is it that you manage to regroup, recoil, and get back in play as quickly as you do?
I think it's just like I have a tendency to just like never be satisfied. And so it's just like if one thing happens, even if the next thing that I have to do is even harder, like I still expect myself to be able to do it.
Well, because you make an impossible dig, and then you'll get back in place and somehow recognize where the opposing offense is going to go before you've even completed your roll.
Yeah.
Like you'll do a 720 roll and then sprint exactly to the one place that they're going to go to. That makes me think that you're really an alien just playing volleyball under human form, but that's pretty remarkable. Is that serious repetition? Is that intuitive? Is that, or is it just natural? Like you just know where there's a hole and where you need to fit?
I think it's a combination of all of them.
Okay.
Like it does come with reps of just like getting defensive reps or whatever reps they are, but then it's also just like reading and like knowing the game like to a certain level, and like because the faster the game gets, the more you have to know. So I think with more time at the college level, it gets a little easier. But then I think a huge part of it is just like having that competitive side of you and just willing to literally do whatever it takes to help your team win.
Speaking on the making the plays and the speed of the game, I know, just watching some of those balls get hit, I would be terrified to be in your spot. So I just kind of like a two-part kind of question where like who on your team hits the hardest, and then who has been like the hardest hitter that you've received?
Ooh, those are good questions. The hardest hitter on the team, I would say, is probably Whitney. She's got an arm, man. I mean, and she just jumps so high that it's like you literally see her head on top of the net, like coming at you, and it's just like, okay, like
it's not terrifying.
Yeah, at all.
Looking you into your soul before she hits it at you.
Yes, and then going along with that, like the Wisconsin like hitters who are like
12 feet tall.
Yeah, would probably the hardest just because they can literally hit anywhere. So,
but do you find yourself looking across the net after somebody will try to put one down on you and you dig it out and we get the point, and then you just kind of look over the net and just stop?
I wouldn't say I ever do that.
Just to look over at the tall girl and go,
you thought.
Yeah. Don't come back here again. Like this isn't open for business. Lexi Rodriguez is with us. Who's the biggest competitor on the team?
Ooh, that's hard too. I would honestly probably give it to Kenzie, just because some of our biggest like tight moments, I feel like in some shape or form, she's somehow involved with making a huge play.
When you think of this past season and all of its ups and downs, all the new lessons that you had to learn to get there, early in the season, there was some conversation over the changing of the guard, right? That these freshmen coming in, super talented, but how do we get them into the fold, and are we doing it too soon? Like, are we doing too much? And there amongst all this is you. How did you perceive your injection into the spotlight? Right? Like, did it feel natural? Did it feel like, how did you go through it?
It did feel pretty natural, but that was, I would say, only because of how the team treated me. They didn't necessarily treat me like a little freshman who needed a pat on the back every time they made a mistake. Like, they held me to high standards as well. And so I think it was easy for me to be like, okay, they respect me on the court. They respect my role and all that. And so it kind of allowed me to fully take it in and then just go off and do my thing.
With Lauren gone, there is a hole in the leadership. Miss Rodriguez, are you accepting that position, or that responsibility? Can that be handed to you, or does that have to be earned?
It definitely would have to be earned.
Mhm.
Last year, I definitely had more of a passive presence on the court. Like I was going to be super like
You were Superwoman on the
like
court.
on the
Right.
court, but when it came to talking to the team or handling anything that a captain would handle, like I didn't really put much input in it. I was kind of just letting the upperclassmen take the roles and was just kind of like go with the flow. And then like once we got to the like postseason, and we were getting in those tight moments, I kind of realized that I wanted to be a person who was gonna like really like encourage and put like we had to get this done. And so now I think I'm more willing to be open to that position, but I would definitely say it has to be earned by the whole team, and it definitely has to be proven that I can do that.
If I asked you to recall the moment, the final point, the match point leading that will take the Huskers to the championship game, like final point of the semifinal, and the moment you recognize and realize that you're going to play for the national championship, there was a celebration that was pretty remarkable that happened on that floor. And in it, you still remain poised. Like you saw it, like you looked at it, took it in, and then dove in the dog pile. Like it, like I watched you just like this just happened.
Yeah.
Walk us through the feeling when you know that your team is going to play for the national championship.
I think it was like so just mind blown. I was just so not shocked. I knew we were going to make it there. I did. But it's almost just like you don't think it's real. Like you genuinely think you're like living in a dream or some like different universe, because I mean, you like it's a dream of everyone's to make it to a national championship, to win a national championship. And then when you're actually in those moments, it's just like, whoa, like you start to look back at everything you've done to get there. And it just seems like there's no way that like the world chose us to be in this moment. And so I think when that final like ball hit the ground, it's just like flashbacks of like everything. And then 3 seconds go by and then you finally realize like, whoa, we're going to the national championship.
Yeah, and then I need to get on the pile. Like I need to,
yes.
Like I need to get on the pile.
Join the celebration.
Yeah, that needs to be there. Not many of us are ever going to know the thrill, the emotions of standing on a podium receiving a gold medal for the USA in anything at any level. You got to do that. When you're getting the medal, when you're standing on the podium, what did that feel like to you?
Oh, just a dream. It's like a mini glimpse of something that everyone aspires to do, which, well, for me at least, is to like make it to the Olympics, to win a gold medal at the Olympics. And it's just like the fact that we did that at like a smaller stage was like crazy. And I think it's a dream of mine to like represent USA at the next level. And so when that happened, it was just unbelievable.
Okay, we're going to put you on the hot seat. You ready?
Okay.
All right. Who's the best dancer on the team?
The best dancer? Probably Kenzie. I would say Kenzie. Or Becca. Becca's a good one.
That's an upset. That's an upset. Okay, we're gonna have to check on that. Very well. Who has the best taste in clothing?
Clothing. I would say either Kayla or Kaylay.
Just from your trip to Hawaii, I would agree.
Yeah.
But how do you have like an outfit for everything?
Yeah.
Over the course of Hawaii? Who's the funniest?
Probably Ani.
Ani Buckets.
Yes.
Ani Buckets. Ani Buckets. That's fantastic. By the way, have you ever called her that other than just now?
No, but actually like a few days ago, it got brought up.
Yeah.
And I don't know who said it, but someone.
The face that Nicklin and Kenzie made when she said, "Oh yeah, people call me that."
People call me.
They
Ani
looked
Buckets.
at her with such disgust. They're like,
No,
"Nobody calls
no.
you that."
Literally no one. I was surprised because when they were talking about who's the best basketball player, and that's how Ani said, "Well, yeah, we played the boys," and I was totally Ani Buckets, and I was like, "Okay, there's that."
Whatever you say.
Yeah. Who's the messiest?
The messiest.
Because you just spent 10 days on a road trip with them,
just calling people out.
Wow.
Hey, no holds barred, man. Let's get it in.
Well, I lived with. Oh, I don't know. I lived with Kenna too. And she's not like messy. She just gets a little disorganized.
That part. Just a little. See, that's leadership. She just that's leadership.
Clean it up. It's just it just takes some focus.
I
some
would call it
determination.
messy, just disorganized, just not without function. All right, we'll toward the break. We got to keep you for the hour now. So we made it this far. Let's finish up. Let's finish strong with the leadership. Lexi Rodriguez here on 1-on-1.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to 1-on-1 with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Cloudy skies this morning will give way to a very rapid rise in temps late this afternoon, topping out near 75. South winds could eventually gust over 25. We'll have a chance of isolated thunderstorms this evening into tonight with a low of 36. And then tomorrow, a chance of rain mixing with snow and only a high of around 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Husker fans, don't miss your chance to get a first look at this year's Nebraska football team at Memorial Stadium. The annual Husker football red and white spring game is set for Saturday, April 9th at 1 p.m. Tickets are on sale now for only $10. To secure your tickets today or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets or call 402-472-3111.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for his Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606. or learn more at highelectric.com.
Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers is all about the good and creating more of it. More drive-through celebrations, more weekend traditions, more family dinners and lunches, more car picnics and road trips, more desserts, maybe more second desserts, more celebrating being together as much as we can. There's always room for more good and more Freddy's. Keep the good going with a taste that brings you back.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff@brokersinsurancenE.com.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It has been exceptional. The lady, Lexi Rodriguez. Truly, thank you. Appreciative of you sharing yourself with these folks. And I said, come on my show, and then let's see if this is something you want to do. Now, Miss Rodriguez, I asked the question, is this something you want to do?
Yes, most definitely.
So that is breaking news. That is the breaking news. Lexi Rodriguez will join the Ticket family, and we'll work on the dates and times and get those things done. I gave her an idea for the name for the show, and I said, just say, dig it.
Yeah,
dig it.
You go 10%.
Right, like to do that. Now your only mission, you have to either co-sign the name or find your own. I'm good with either way. You have to give us like 5 of your favorite songs that we can bring in as music. So it's your vibe. You have to set your mood, whether it's insane, crazy, whatever you want. You want country, you want hip hop, you want pop, whatever you want. 5 songs that make you smile when you hear them, so that you're smiling when you start talking.
Okay.
Those are the things. Now, we talked about it. Most of the Husker student athlete shows have become sing-alongs and karaoke type situations. One of the first songs that you're going to give to us is your karaoke go-to. So team karaoke, you guys are all there. What are you singing?
I would go with probably a High School Musical song.
Okay.
Not like anyone specifically, because I feel like all of them, like I know the same amount, but just like I feel like eventually one High School Musical song ends up like going on, and I would always I like those ones.
So we're going to set the standard right away that in your first show at some point we'll have Lexi karaoke.
Okay, like I'd have to sing. Oh, okay.
Oh, we're gonna light it up. We're gonna light it up.
Oh gosh. Okay.
We're gonna light it up.
Make sure it's a High School Musical song.
Yeah, I mean we can plot it and plan it. Okay, so who are your favorite musical acts? Who are you choosing from? Things that you listen to.
Like artists.
Yeah, what do you listen to?
I like Juice WRLD.
Okay.
And like Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay.
But then I'm also like a big country fan.
Okay.
But like more pop country, not like deep country songs, more just like the more like upbeat, like.
Are you more suburban Chicago or not? Are you a Chicago girl or are you an Illinois girl?
I'm an Illinois girl. Definitely more small town Illinois girl.
Okay. I was trying to figure out how big was your high school? The Golden Warriors of Sterling High School.
I think we had like 1,000.
Yeah.
kids.
Okay. So you are a big fish, big pond kind of person.
Yes.
Okay. I have to do my diligence and warn you about what is going to happen next.
He is here.
So after my show, I hand it over to 3-time national champion and captain of those said teams, a virtual Tasmanian devil of sports and energy, Vershawn Jackson.
Okay.
He may or may not challenge you to a push-up competition.
Oh gosh.
He is extremely energetic.
Okay.
and he is going to absolutely adore you.
Oh.
So I'm just putting this in the water before it happens
Okay.
because I fully expect him to pull a Kramer from Seinfeld and just open the door and run in and take over the room.
He kind of looked and he walked away. He might be talking to Nick. He might find his way in here, but I don't know. Sometimes when he sees that you have a guest, if he's not 100% sure if he knows, he'll stay away.
Yeah, so if he's been listening, he'd run in. He doesn't if he knew you were in here. But he's going to embrace you and bring you into the family. That's kind of his job. So that's there. If we had give my 3 names of who the potential co-host and co-feature of said show would be. Who are you considering?
Well, Allie, of course,
Mhm.
roommate and all.
Mhm.
And then I talked to Kayla
Mhm.
Caffey about it. So
Mhm.
her and
What a
then
pair that would be. Okay.
and then I would say maybe Kennedy or
Yeah.
my other like
So you got all the flavor. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. You got all the flavor. You can't go wrong because whoever you don't use will still get a show.
yeah.
Whoever you don't like, I talked to Kayla, and Kayla's style needs to be on this station.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
just
for sure.
right, like however that's going to be. I think Allie makes a great. I mean, that's the easiest
Yeah.
one. because
And that's why we were like, maybe we should try and do someone else just because like everyone already knows like our relationship kind
well,
of.
you guys know it, but the fan base doesn't know it.
True.
The fan base doesn't know
Yeah.
it. It's somebody that you're going to want to talk to after a win and after a loss. And the person that you can have the most honest conversations with.
Yeah.
That's who I would suggest. But
Okay.
whoever you choose, you will not be wrong.
Yeah.
So you have to let mom and dad know.
Okay.
They will be expected to be guests in the very first show.
Okay.
They have to zoom in
Okay.
and tell all the Lexi secrets, like with all the things that we need to know.
Oh gosh.
We need to get your sister
the
on.
little baby Lexi stories.
Right? Like we need to get all the stories. We need all the intel and to tell you easily. This is a big moment for the station because you're who we should be targeting anyway. You're the right person. You'll carry us through the next few years. We get to just kind of applaud and watch the journey from freshman to full leadership. I'm thrilled, humbled that you would give us time today. I know you're busy, but it's greatly appreciated.
Yes.
And then we got work to do.
Yeah.
We got work to do. So we're looking forward to this. Well, listen, it has been a spectacular hour. I'm going to release the hounds because I know Rashawn is going to approach. So we're going to throw it to break. The captain show is next. Rashawn Jackson will take us into the 2:00 hour. It'll be a full day. I'll see some of you down at Bowling Stadium for Husker softball. We will be connected. Huskers go up to Creighton and need to get a dub in baseball. It is important. It's vital. But more importantly, Husker volleyball is in the house. We have done well. Yeah, look at him. Look at him. We're not turning it. We're just going to hand it over. We will go to break.
Just like that.
Just like
See?
the captain show is up next.